Hello everyone, and welcome to the analysis of the Ramayana characters. Today, we will be taking a seventh look into the character of Ravana. Let us begin. Major character traits. Ravana was strong and handsome, with a magnetic personality. Years of penance had added a certain glow to his personality and given him extraordinary powers. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva, and many gods had granted him special boons because of his devotion. But Ravana was also too self-centered. His powers and talents only made him more and more egotistical. He went to any length to fulfill his desire for power, wealth, and women. He was unrighteous and did not care to follow dharma. He merely followed his wishes. Therefore, there is a twofold dimension to Ravana's personality. Majestic on the one hand, tyrannical on the other, splendor of appearance on the one hand, ignoble behavior on the other, tenacious tapas on the one hand, total disregard of dharma on the other. Ravana's power is overshadowed by his tyrannical behavior. Ravana's demonic characteristics are evident in all his relationships with his brothers, wife, women, and the Rakshasa people. In every one of them, the tyrannical aspect prevails. Ravana as a brother. Ravana's relationship with his three brothers, Kubera, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishana, and his sister Surpanaka, tell us a lot about his character. One is supposed to respect and love one's older brother. Initially, Ravana respected his elder brother Kubera. In fact, it was Kubera's success that inspired Ravana to do severe penance and acquire great boons. But on the bad advice of his uncle and grandfather, he drove away Kubera and took Lanka. In all fairness to Ravana, he refused to fight his half-brother initially, but the thirst for power dominated his mind. As he became more powerful, Ravana became more arrogant. When Kubera advised him to follow the path of Dharma, Ravana went to Kubera's new capital, Alakapuri, and fought with him. He did not like being advised, even by his elder brother. Ravana admired his brother Kumbhakarna for his strength and valor, but he liked him even more because he supported him in the war with Rama. Though Kumbhakarna advised Ravana to return Sita, he promised his help out of loyalty. Ravana felt that Kumbhakarna was the best brother, and when Kumbhakarna died, Ravana was grief-stricken. He loved his brother so much that he felt like giving up his life on Kumbhakarna's death. However, the righteous Vibhishana, Ravana's youngest brother, did not go along with him. He warned Ravana that submission to passion and abandonment of dharma would lead to his destruction. He advised his brother to return Sita and ask for Rama's forgiveness. Ravana was too egotistical to accept that he was wrong, too proud to give up Sita. Instead, he accused Vibhishana of jealousy and treachery and banished him from Lanka. He did not understand that Vibhishana was his true well-wisher, that he spoke out of real brotherly love. Ravana showed his love and caring for his only sister Shurpanaka by avenging her insult at Lakshmana's hands. He went to Panchavati to make Rama pay for Shurpanaka's defacement. Ravana as a warrior. Ravana was a formidable warrior with supernatural heroism and skill. His lifting of Mount Kailasa, his victories with Hanuman and Lakshmana are all proof to his strength and skill. His valor reached his climax in his battle with Rama, a duel that is no equal among beings. No other confrontation thrilled gods and men alike. The negativity to his valor and power is his terrible anger, which is roused whenever his attacks prove ineffective or when an enemy's astra gets the better of him. In the way he abducted Sita, he was more cunning than heroic. In fact, Sita calls him a coward for having taken her by deceit. He continued to use deceit to achieve his ends. He tried to demoralize Sita and Rama during the course of the war by making them think that their spouse had already died. He knew that their strength came from their loyalty to each other, and he tried to break that by his cunning magic. This was not heroic. Ravana as a king. Ravana must have been a capable ruler, for Lanka was prosperous and peaceful. He was strong enough to protect its boundaries, but he did not follow dharma. Ravana brought destruction to Lanka eventually. As the power supreme, Ravana demanded unquestioned obedience from his people. He hated disapproval of any kind. Thus, he surrounded himself with people who would praise him but who did not dare to correct him. But a good king needs good advisors. Ravana turns away from good advice. He ignored Maricha and banished Vibhishana. Ravana as a husband. Ravana loved his beautiful wife Mandodari. Though Ravana had relationships with countless other women, Mandodari was the queen of his heart. The fact that she was the mother of Indrajit, his valiant son, made their love stronger. Ravana was a good husband and treated Mandodari with all the regard due to her as his wife and queen. Ravana's relationship with Mandodari reveals his tender, loving side. But Mandodari too advised Ravana to return Sita. However, Ravana did not heed her advice either. He may have loved Mandodari, but he did not respect her opinion enough to change his ways. Since he was strong, he could also take women by force. He captured women, killed their protectors, and made them his own. When they didn't yield to him, in the case of Vedavati and Sita, he took them by force. Ravana couldn't be quite cruel to the women who did not obey him. It was only the feel of Nalakubara's curse that controlled Ravana in the end. Only a woman of extraordinary purity like Sita could reject his passionate advances. He told Sita that he loved her, but he really loved himself even more. Love is self-sacrificing, but Ravana was selfish. That is the end of this recording. Thank you all for listening. Jai Shri Mannarayan.